Hello friends, welcome to Learn Positive with Pradeep Kumar. If you are watching my channel, like, share, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon. Today's subject is Strength of Material, Unit 2, Stress, Simple Stress and Strain, Part 4. If you want to see the previous videos of this subject, please click the I button on the top of the video. It will show the subject playlist, and if you want to see other subjects, please visit my channel and see all the playlists of the subjects, and don't forget to subscribe. Today's topic is Hooke's law. Hooke's law, it states that the stress is directly proportional to the strain with elastic limit, that is stress by strain equal to constant. For example, we are going to take a aluminum piece. So when we are giving a load for the aluminum piece, that is said to be the stress given to the aluminum piece. Due to the stress, the aluminum piece is going to be bent. So it will resist the load. And resist the bending moment, and we are going to give the stress. More stress means more load, that is more we are going to give more pressure on that aluminum piece, so it is bended. After we are removing the aluminum piece, removing the load from the aluminum piece, the aluminum piece get back to its original position. So whenever the load is given to the aluminum piece as the same load, the same strain is happen to that element. So it is said to be the so both are the same. So it is said to be the Hooke's law principle. So stress, the ratio between the stress and strain is constant. And the next one is Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity. So it is said to be the ratio of stress to the strain during the tensile or compressive load. It is said to be the Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity. So the stress given by the given to a element, that is a load or pressure given to the element, causes the strain inside the element. So due to the strain, the element is going to be bend its position. After removing the load, it comes back to its original position. So the value of stress given and the strain is divided. So it is said to be the Young's modulus. The next one is working stress. So the maximum stress given to a material or a machine element is subject to the normal usage is called working stress. So for example, for this we are going to take an example of a aluminum chassis. So the aluminum chassis is tends to withstand the load of 1000 kilonewton, but we are going to produce the chassis for withstand the load up to 1200 kilonewton. So the chassis is prepared for working for the working stress of 1000 kilonewton only. So we are going to use just 1000 kilonewton on that chassis of every time. So it is said to be the stress given to the working stress given to the material. The next one is factor of safety. Factor of safety is nothing but the ratio between the ultimate stress to the working stress. That is ultimate, we are going to give ultimate stress to the chassis, that is the chassis can withstand 1200 kilonewton, the maximum limit. So we are going to give the 1200 kilonewton is as a ultimate stress for the chassis, and the working stress of the chassis is 1000 kilonewton. So the ratio between the two value is said to be the factor of safety. So if you want to maintain the factor of safety, that is FOS, means if we want to manufacture a chassis for the working stress of 1000 Newton, we have to manufacture it maximum value more than the 1000 kilonewton, because due to some circumstance the load has to be increased. So we can increase the FOS by increasing its ultimate stress. After increasing the ultimate stress, the ratio of the ultimate stress to the working stress is said to be the factor of safety. And the load factor, the next one is load factor. Load factor is quite similar to the factor of safety. In factor of safety, we are going to speak about the stress happened by the load. In load factor, we are going to speak about the load which are going to create the stress, that is ultimate load and working load on the chassis. So it is the ratio between the ultimate load to the working load. It is said to be the load factor. And the next one is modulus of rigidity or shear modulus. So it is the ratio between the shear stress to the shear strain. That is, we are going to place the load into the same chassis about 1002. The chassis can withstand the ultimate stress as 1200 kilonewton, but we are going to give now 1500 kilonewton to shear the chassis, to cut the break the chassis. So the breaking stress given to the chassis is said to be the shear stress, and the strain which oppose the stress, which oppose the load, it is said to be the shear strain. At the point of breaking strain, it is so said to be the shear strain. It is the ratio between the modulus of rigidity is the ratio between the shear stress to the shear strain. And the next one is linear strain or longitudinal strain. It is the ratio between the change in length to the original length. That is, when we are going to give the load on the chassis, ultimate load on the chassis is going to be bending. So due to the bending, the length of the chassis is going to be vary. So we have to calculate the variation of the length and the difference, make the difference between the original length to its variation of length, that is change in length. It is said to be the linear strain or longitudinal strain, change in length by original length. And the lateral strain is said to be the change in dimension, whatever the length, width or breadth, height of the element is going to be changed. So the ratio between the change in dimension to its original dimension is said to be the lateral strain. And the next topic is Poisson's ratio. The Poisson's ratio is said to be the ratio between the lateral strain to the linear strain, that is lateral strain to the longitudinal strain. It is known as the Poisson ratio. It is mentioned by the word 1 by m. And the next one is volumetric strain. Volumetric strain, it is the ratio of change in volume to its original volume. It is said to be the volumetric strain. That is, for example, we are going to take a water bottle of a liter water bottle, and now we are going to give a stress on the water bottle. Due to the stress, the water is spill out from the water bottle. So the volume of the water bottle is changed due to the stress. So it is said to be the volumetric strain, the change in volume to its original volume. The ratio between the change in volume to its original volume is said to be the volumetric strain. And then the next topic is bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is the same example of the water bottle example. Now the stress given to the water bottle is the direct stress. Due to its direct stress, the volumetric strain is happen to that container. So bulk modulus is said to be the ratio between the direct stress to its volumetric strain. It is known as bulk modulus. And then the next one is proof resilience. So the proof resilience is said to be the maximum strain energy stored in the body without permanent deformation is said to be the proof resilience. And the same example for this is that is the water bottle. So now we are going to give the direct stress to the water bottle, and then it happens the volumetric strain. After we are going to remove the load from the remove the stress or load from the water bottle, the water bottle come back to its original position. So it's come back to its original volume. That is said to be the proof resilience. If the water bottle doesn't come back to its original position, it is not said to be the proof resilience. So after it's regain its after it's regain its original form, so after getting its strain energy stored in it, it is said to be the proof resilience. The next one is percentage of elongation. So due to the tensile stress, the length of the element is going to be increased. So, percentage of elongation should be calculated by the difference between original volume to its change in volume, and it is divided by the original volume and product with the 100 to get a percentage of elongation. The next topic is percentage of reduction. The percentage of reduction in dimension is said to be area of the product. So, the original area, the difference between the original area and the change in area is divided by original area and its product by the 100. So, it is said to be the percentage of reduction. Strain energy stored. Strain energy stored is calculated by the stress happened to a element. Due to the stress, the strain was happened there. Due to the length change and area of change is said to be in the strain energy stored. That is said to be proof resistance. It is similar to the proof resistance. The maximum strain energy stored in a body without permanent deformation, it is said to be the strain energy stored. And the modulus of resilience. The modulus of resilience is said to be maximum stress given to a material and the strain due to its stress. It is known as modulus of resilience. The next one is change in volume. The change in volume occurs due to the strain and its volume. It is said to be the change in volume. And the formula for relationship between Young's modulus and rigidity modulus, that is E and K, is E equal to 2n 1 plus 1 by m, and the relationship between Young's modulus and bulk modulus, that is E and K, is E equal to 3k 1 minus 2 by m, and the relationship between Young's modulus, rigidity modulus and bulk modulus, that is E n and K, that is said to be E equal to 9kn divided by 3k plus n. So, by using this formula, we can calculate the Young's modulus, rigidity modulus and bulk modulus. Friends, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.